Hey guys, ever since last Thanksgiving, I've had making these, well, it's been longer than that. I've been making these mini cheesecakes off and on, and ever since last Thanksgiving, people have been wanting me to make them. So Andrew says, next time you make those, you gotta make a video. So here we go. So I did this for Thanksgiving this year, and I thought I'd pass it along for anybody who wants to make them on their own. They're pretty fun, everybody loves them, and they're nice and neat, and they're easy to store when you're done. And you don't have to mess with cutting them or getting things all messy. So let's get right into it. Okay, to start off, you're going to need some muffin tins and some foil baking cups. They got to be foil because we're going to be spraying them, and they just work better. Go ahead and lay these all out and give them a good spray with non-stick cooking spray in each one. That's pretty important if you want them to look nice when you get done. I actually forget a couple after I realize I need to be making more. Makes them look a little torn on the edges. Then we're going to need a food processor. We're going to be chopping up some Oreo cookies. I used to spend all my time taking all the white stuff out of the middles, but that's completely unnecessary. You can just throw it in there with the white stuff and it just disappears and makes it taste better. So don't waste your time scraping all the white stuff off. I'll have the recipe at a link on the end to show you exactly what it took. I just kind of sped this up here to keep them getting too long, so you're just pretty much pulsing them until they turn into a nice fine crumb. Then we're going to melt some butter and mix it in. You're essentially just making a graham cracker crust, only with Oreo cookies instead of graham crackers, which everybody likes Oreo cookies, and I do have a significant number of people in our family who don't like graham cracker crust. I don't know how that could be. So just melt it in the microwave, just kind of pour it right in. And after you get in there, you're going to pulse it some more, just kind of mix the butter in real nice. You're going to take a spoonful and you're just going to spoon them through each cup. You'll get good at measuring it. It's not terribly important. Some have more, some have less. See those cups that I have there right now? Those ones are not sprayed with cooking spray, so those ones look a little ugly at the end, but they still worked out in case you forget. But I had to switch to a bigger pan when I realized there was, my family alone takes 10 of these, so half of these are going to be just for us. And use a little spice jar here to press them down. It's way faster. Any kind of a jar, something that fits the size. Pack them down. And you're going to cook these for 5 minutes, I believe it was. I'll have it in the recipe. I think it's at 350. This just helps them to set into the crust. I took this footage a few days ago, so it's hard to remember. Okay, now that they're done, we'll take them out. Then we'll get started on the filling. Get a large bowl. And put some sugar in. Cup for this big batch. Some softened cream cheese. You can cheat and do it in the microwave for a few seconds. You're going to mix it up there with a mixing thingy. What the heck is that again? Egg beater. Oh man, it's going to kill me. And I like to add some Greek yogurt. It makes it a little softer, a little less rich. And so I'm going to add in some Greek yogurt and blend it up some more.
that's good and mixed, we're going to add in some eggs. And some vanilla. A pretty simple recipe, and the effect is awesome. The most fun is the topping, I think. So you just mix it up real good with all that stuff in there, so the eggs are nice beaten. It'll start to turn more of a yellow color, like you know you got the eggs good and mixed in. I used an ice cream scoop here. It made it way easier than trying to scoop it all in. Through and fill those all up. Now for the toppings, you can use any kind of juice you want. I love apple, so I did sour apple last year and among several other flavors, and it was by far the most popular. You wouldn't think sour apple goes with cheesecake, but it totally does. And so any kind of juice though will work. I used a margarita mix for our juice, and I actually got a little malic acid and put inside of it, which is that's the stuff that makes sour candy really super sour. So just a little bit of that will give it a little bit more punch. And even though I actually made it too sour this year, I make it too sour every year, just because where I have a problem with a little bit is good and more must be better. But if you don't have enough to fill in all the things, you can grab a spoon and just kind of steal some from the more full cups until you get yourself a nice mix. Even it out a little bit. Try to find which one had the most. Alright, then you want to just kind of tap them, get all the air bubbles out. And then from here on out, it's pretty much just like regular cheesecake. You cook it, I can't remember if it'll show on the timer, I think 15 minutes, until they're just kind of jiggly in the middle. They may not look super done, but they will be, and they harden as they cool. That's 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. And while you're doing that, you get to do the really fun part. So like I said, this is an apple teeny drink mix. They sell it at Walmart. And you start off with, you can make anything into a gelatinous topping with this method. So you use a cup of anything, any kind of juice, any kind of flavored liquid. I've used blueberry sauce or juice from oranges. Oranges is not very good. We're going to be mixing in a tablespoon of cornstarch into it. Basically, you're just going to cook it for 8 minutes. When it cools, it'll be a really thick jelly-like topping, which allows you to really get some really creative ideas with the toppings. And the different colors just look so attractive and they're a lot of fun. It'll clear it up as you cook it. You can see it gets a little more clear there. That's at the end. You just pour them out, and then it actually helps a lot if you do it while it's hot, because it does thicken up a whole lot when it cools. I also did pineapple juice on this year, and I made a mix out of some chocolate syrup as well. And you just get a spoon and just spoon it on, and it goes on surprisingly easy. If you wait till it gets cold, it's going to be a lot harder, so you'll probably want to heat it back up if you do not do it right away. When it's hot, it just kind of spreads nice and evenly across the surface. Makes it look like you spent a lot of time shaping it. And like I said, I've tried lots of flavors: blueberry, cherry, pineapple, different flavors of Kool-Aid even. but sour apple is the one I keep coming back to. Those are the ones eating the most. The rest of the ones there are just the leftover sauce of cherries. Got a can of cherries and took the whole cherries out and used the sauce. Then the white ones there are pineapple juice that I cooked using the same method. And the chocolate sauce is a mix of chocolate chips and heavy cream and some corn syrup, and just kind of microwaved and melted. Corn syrup and the heavy cream keeps them from getting hard, so you don't just get melted hard chocolate discs sitting on top of some cheesecake. It's more of a sauce. But you can use your imagination and put things together. Like I said, this makes them really, really nice. And like I said, there's a trick of malic acid. If you find some malic acid and order it online, you're not really going to find it at the store. And it makes any flavor just taste a little bit better, but don't put too much. A little goes a long way. Hope you enjoyed it. If you guys make them, let me know. There's the recipe, and I'll put a link to the downloadable you can print out in the description. Thanks for listening.